Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's always very difficult to follow such a dynamic speaker. I, Mr. Speaker, think he might be for prohibition, and if he wants to introduce that piece of legislation, I would be actually willing to look over the co-sponsorship memo, but probably not vote for it. There were a couple people that were missing from that list, Governor Pinchot and Nucky Thompson. Now, if we want to roll back time to the 1930s and continue the current process that we have, then that's what we're going to do by doing nothing on this piece of legislation. But I want to encourage my fellow members to vote yes. There have been a couple things that have been stated in the comments in opposition to this legislation, and I just wanted to bring really the full story and more clarity to the membership. If you look at the headlines from Washington state newspapers and you just read the headlines and don't read the articles, you think we probably shouldn't vote for this legislation. Washington has the highest liquor prices nationwide. Well, that's it then. Let's not vote for this legislation. Let's table this bill. But oh, wait a minute. Let's read the article. Let's read the article. What does it say in the article? Well, one of the store owners says she's now having to pay between $30,000 to $40,000 more in additional fees every stinking year. In addition to that, she has higher taxes she has to pay every quarter. And why is that? Because when they passed their bill, they put additional taxes on because they wanted the money to fill a hole in their budget. Additional taxes to fill a hole in a budget. Boy, that rings a bell from a different. We're not doing that. So why would we consider this piece of legislation? One, because it expands the number of outlets. It provides more convenience. Now, in Washington state, they went from 329 outlets to 1,400 outlets. Almost 1,100 more outlets, yet we're talking about maybe 600 more here. Let me quote from another article. That does not mean sales of liquor have increased dramatically. They rose 6% the first year, a bit less than forecasters had expected, and far less than what critics feared. And the most recent data points to volumes being relatively flat from last year. Another article said that Washington state is spending less money on enforcement of their liquor laws. Revenue was up to the state coffers, but their legislative body voted to spend less money on enforcement of their liquor laws. I'm sure we would not do that here in Pennsylvania. A comment was made earlier that there has never been, at least in the last 5 years, and I would say there has never been in the history of the state store system in Pennsylvania, a case of selling to an underage person. You know why that is? You can't find chocolate chips in a chocolate chip cookie if you don't look for chocolate chips, right? They don't check, they don't inspect. They don't send in underage, undercover people to buy liquor in the liquor stores in Pennsylvania. It does not happen. That's a fact. That was in testimony at multiple hearings that we've had on this issue. What we are for is for the government to control and oversee the sale of alcohol, but to get out of the business of selling alcohol. We are for competitive prices. We are for better product selection. We are for better service. Another Washington state article quotes restaurants in Washington state that says restaurants are also reaping the benefits of flexibility. Before, they had to go to an assigned liquor store to stock up. Now they can have it delivered by competing distributors which offer discounts and more variety. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to say let's grab onto this opportunity. Let's improve what we have to offer our constituents. Let's listen to that 76% of the constituents in Delaware County, for example, that want this because they're tired of driving across the state border to Delaware to get a better selection, to get better price, to get better service. Let's vote yes on this, again, history-making piece of legislation. Thank you.